Okay, the finale for Legend of Korra just ended, and actually no, it didn't just end. It ended a few days ago, to be fair, but I didn't really make a video of it until now. Not because I didn't have time, honestly, I just didn't feel like making it. Like, I really regret not doing my live reaction like everyone else, because I had such a good reaction to it. I really did. I thought it was a great finale. I really did. Like, I've been a huge Avatar fan. Avatar The Last Airbender is one of my favorite shows of all time. Honestly is. And I really wish I had done my live reaction, but the finale was uploaded, and it was like, I could have, but it's like, I just wanted to watch it. I didn't want to wait. So I just watched it. I didn't do a live reaction. This is just an afterthought of what I thought of it. I thought it was great. The book 4 finale I thought was great. But the entire series in general, I don't really have mixed opinions about. I thought the entire series, Legend of Korra, in general, was great, but people always say you can't compare it to Avatar The Last Airbender because they're completely different shows. But I disagree. It's like, they are different, but it's still the successor series to The Last Airbender. Legend of Korra still comes after The Last Airbender. So I don't understand why people always say, like, oh, you can't compare them, they're different shows. They're still part of the same franchise, the Avatar franchise. Honestly, though, the entire series, I had mixed opinions about it at first. After coming off of Avatar The Last Airbender, which is still one of my favorite shows of all time, I'll always be a fan of it. I was disappointed with it at first, with the first season of Legend of Korra, the first book. But I gave it a second chance, and then I learned to love it again. Because I understood it's like they wanted to be different from Avatar The Last Airbender, and I feel like once I understood that, though, then I started to appreciate the show more. Book 2, though, I honestly didn't think was that good. Like, I thought book 2 for Legend of Korra had such good ideas. Like, going back to the first Avatar, and the whole Vatu thing, and the Rava thing, and explaining how it all goes, it made perfect sense. Those 2 Avatar 1 episodes were still, honestly, probably the only 2 episodes, not the only 2, but some of the best episodes, if not the best episodes of Legend of Korra. Those 2 Avatar 1 episodes, the first Avatar episodes, they were so good. They explained it all so well. I still get excited thinking about them. It's so good. Honestly, book 2, I feel like that's probably the worst one I would say there was, even though it had good ideas, just because I feel like they didn't really go for what they were planning on getting to. Like, it had such good ideas, but like, even the final episode, which was Korra becoming a giant spirit or whatever, I don't even really think that was memorable. Like, it was cool and all, but the fact that I didn't think that was memorable, it was kind of a whatever fight, in my opinion. Not even just the finale, the entire season, I thought was fine. I'm not saying it was bad in any way, but I'm saying out of all the 4 books, probably the one where I'd probably say, oh, it's not even bad, but just like not as good as the others. Book 3 is the best one I would say there was. Book 3, Legend of Korra, I loved everything about Book 3. I thought Book 3 had a good story, good villains. Like, all the characters were good, as always still. I loved Book 3. Book 3 I would have, oh yeah, Book 7 I would have probably given like a 6 or 7 out of 10, even though it was still good. Book 3 I would have given like a 8 or 9 out of 10, honestly. I loved book 3. That's definitely the best book in my opinion out of Legend of Korra. My problem with book 4 though, despite saying that I loved the finale, I thought it was a really good finale, is that it felt like throughout the entire book, nothing was happening. Like, that's honestly in my opinion, it felt like nothing was happening throughout the entire book. Even from the first episode to the last, the only time something ever seemed like it was happening in Book 4, Legend of Korra, was the final episode. Like, I understand they had to go through all that character change, and with Korra going through having to get over the poison and all that, I understand they had to do that, but it felt like no story was ever progressing in my opinion. It went really slowly. Like, honestly, it was cool seeing Toph again. It was really cool seeing Toph again. And not even just Toph, seeing all the Avatar Last Airbender characters again, such as Katara, Zuko, and Toph again. But still, it just seemed like nothing was happening. That's my entire problem with Book 4. It seemed like nothing happened the entire time until the actual final episode, when something actually happened. And that was the final episode, not even of just the book, of the entire Legend of Korra series. Honestly, like, Book 4 was honestly, I wouldn't say boring, but just too slow. It never felt like anything was actually happening until the finale. Like, no story progression at all until the finale. I understand all the character changes they had to do and all that, but still. Book 4 I would have given probably a 7 out of 10. I thought it was good, don't get me wrong, but just, if it had more felt like it was actually something was happening in each episode when it didn't. That's just my opinion though. And I know a lot of people shipped it, I really do. But the whole Korra and Asami, I don't have a problem with it at all, the whole Korra and Asami thing. But it felt forced, honestly, in my opinion. It really did. Like, people have been shipping it ever since like the end of book 3, I'm pretty sure. But it honestly felt forced. It felt like they weren't, like, I feel like other people have said it better than I have. It felt like they weren't planning on doing the Korra and Asami thing at the end, but they just saw that fans wanted it and they were shipping it, that they said they just threw in at the last minute to please those fans. And is that a problem? No, but I was saying, just honestly, it felt forced. Do I have a problem with it? No, I don't have a problem at all, but I'm just saying. Like, honestly, it was a sweet ending as well. It was like, it was a sad ending because like Avatar is over once again unless they decide to do a 3rd series. Which, like I said, anything could honestly happen. I hope they do. But honestly, I thought the entire Legend of Korra series was good. And I know a lot of people will still say they're different shows, but nothing will ever be able to top Avatar The Last Airbender in my opinion. Nothing out of the Avatar series. Legend of Korra was good. Avatar The Last Airbender was amazing. I'd give Avatar The Last Airbender still a 10 out of 10. Still a 10 out of 10. One of the best shows ever made in my opinion. Honestly. The thing about Avatar is that it's all the same story. Like, Avatar Last Airbender comes first, then Legend of Korra comes after. I love that you can watch each series as its own story though. That's what I really love about it. For example, if you want to just watch Avatar Last Airbender, you don't need to watch Legend of Korra after. That's what I love about it. It all tells its own story and ends its own story of that character's life. Or their time as the Avatar at least. That's what I love. I love that after you finish Avatar The Last Airbender, you don't need to feel forced to watch Legend of Korra unless you wanna know what else happens after or what the next Avatar is like. I love that you can just watch each series on its own because it tells its own story. Also, I just want to point out quickly one thing that really bugged me with Legend of Korra, really bugged me, and they still didn't even fix it, was the Avatar life cycle or past Avatar cycle. They got rid of it in book 2 by having it ripped out of Korra. They never fixed it. I figured since that was all the way back in book 2 that they would fix it by the time the series came to an end again. They never did. That's one thing that really bugs me. I know there's different opinions on that. Some people don't care about it, honestly. They don't think it's a big deal. It's a big deal for me. They never fixed it. It means that not only would we never be able to see any of the past Avatars again, no Aang, nothing like, I was almost gonna say Ozai. Nothing like, nothing like Avatar Roku before Aang or any of them. I don't even need to name names, just any of them. You'd never be able to get any episodes like the Avatar 1 episodes again either. Like maybe if they made a 3rd series, of course they'd be able to fix it then, but it's like they never fixed it now. Come on. That's one of the things that I loved about Avatar. That's one of my favorite things about it. The Avatar cycle and the past lives, how they could talk to them. It was, and like you could go into their lives and see what happens. Oh, they never fixed it. They need to fix it. Please, if they make a 3rd series, they need to fix that. So, I do truly just hope for more Avatar in the future. It's still just honestly the entire Avatar franchise in general, one of my all-time favorites. Just please, I hope they make more in the future, or even if they don't make another series, just don't let it end here. Just please, come on. I never want it to end. It's thanks for watching. It has been WonderfulSpoon. It's been wonderful. Whatever.